my constituents, Kenyans, fellow Kenyans, we've heard you. I know there are those of you who really would have wanted a rejection of the entire bill so that we go fresh back to the drawing board. We looked at that option also, and we thought that option could also be dangerous in two ways. One, the guys in the Treasury who gave their recommendations in the first place on this finance bill which we are dealing with will be the same guys who will bring back other recommendations, and definitely they may even bring much more worse recommendations than they have already brought to us. And because of the time frames in terms of the budget making process is not a process that needs to go on indefinitely. It's a process that is time bound, both in terms of standing orders of parliament and also in terms of the law and the constitution. And there are certain periods within which we have to complete with the budget making process so that those budgets which have been appropriated and the government can run its program as scheduled. So returning it back will put us in a quagmire in terms of how we will. But the best way to deal with this is you look at the bill and all those offensive clauses which affect our people, we remove them from, and that is what we are going to do on Tuesday. And so I want to allay any fears that Kenyans and particularly my constituents may have in terms of worrying about the finance bill having passed in its punitive form. I can assure you it is not going to pass in that punitive form. And if anybody tries to pass it in that punitive form, I promise you, you are a member of parliament will definitely no vote at that stage. But the stage yesterday was just to allow this bill to go through the normal process, come to the stage where we can now do amendments on it, and then work with it from there. At the end of the day, with all those amendments, we'll still again vote on the bill. And if the issues that I've talked about have not been considered in the final finance bill which we are going to amend, I will definitely assure you all those offensive things, if one of them appears there, I will vote no against it. The other reason why I can tell my constituents why I voted for this bill, so that we amend it and we quickly do with it so that we let the government fund its program, is because one, budget 2024-25 is promising money for us to recruit 46,000 JSS teachers. The teacher problem we have, particularly in Northeastern, is a huge issue. And now the government is saying it will give us money, 18.5 billion to recruit 46,000 JSS junior secondary school teachers on permanent and pensionable basis. And additionally, the government is giving us more money to recruit another 20,000 junior secondary school teachers, so that we can have about 66,000 junior secondary school teachers. That will help this country in a big way to reduce the chaos that we see in the education sector, especially with the new CBC system that we are now experimenting with. The other thing is that for pastoralists, particularly from northern Kenya, those people who really had suffered drought and also suffered the El Nino floods recently, and they have lost their livestock, the government is putting in 1 billion Kenya shillings for restocking of some livestock which were lost during that period. So this money is appropriated in the bill. There is a good promise that there is going to be an additional 15 billion on the CDF kitty. The CDF board is going to have an extra 15 billion, which they will distribute to all the constituencies in the country, and which means the amounts that we have been having for the NGCDF now will go up. And if they go up, that means we'll be able to serve our people more. We'll be able to construct more classrooms. We'll be able to construct more police stations. We'll be able to construct more chief offices, and we will be able to run some development projects using the CDF kitty and at the same way, the women rep have been given 500 million extra in the NGAF program, and that is also a good thing. We've all, like in my constituency, one big problem I have is electricity. The government has appropriated 50 million per constituency to be able to light villages that have no electricity in our constituencies. I think that is money that I would not like to see miss in my constituency because of a few wrangles here and there. So looking at the amendments we are going to do and looking at what we expect to have in the budget that will help our people, I thought it will not make sense throwing and rejecting the entire bill the way it was, but to amend the offensive parts so that we can continue with the good parts and build this country. Thank you.